Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Thief Deadly Shadows. In the last episode, we came to St. Edgar's, on St. Edgar's Eve, in order to retrieve the Builder's Chalice, one of the two items the Keepers have requested us to acquire, before they'll allow us to hear the prophecies as translated by Katika, their interpreter. They allowed us to listen to some of this before, but I suppose it was...
What noise be that?
Supposed to try to sway us to doing what the Keepers wanted.
'Tis the Builder's peace now, art there?
To that end, we learned that the High Priest Gretus here had a holy symbol in his chambers that we would need in order to access some sort of lockup that the chalice is within. And we also need to produce a stamped gear as well. The gear that is used to also access this structure was destroyed. I have a hunch it works somewhat similarly to how the Keepers kept the Talisman of Air secured.
Against the dark towards the light, fire of the forge, water of the chalice, hammer of the god.
We've acquired 62, I think, or 64% of the loot required for this mission as well, and all 3 special loot items.
Against the dark towards the light.
So all we need to do now is infiltrate this place, the factory, figure out how to create a new stamped gear, make it, and then figure out where the Builder's Chalice is, which I think is located in the factory as well. What else have we learned? There is an inspector here, Inspector Drept, who is not normally present in this cathedral. He may have left by now. He's busy pursuing investigations in the city, bringing people to justice who so require it. The Hammerites wished he would attend to more soulful matters here in St. Edgar's, but understand what he is doing and forgive him for it. Although they are a bit confused about an obsession of his with something called the Hag or something of the sort.
Inspiring sermon with a recounting of the battles of St. Anne.
All that is metal is not of the Builder alone. All that is wood is not of the Trickster alone. Wood canst be shaped and carved, so that it serveth as part of the great house for the Master Builder. Even iron can't serve contrary to its nature, for the glory and service of false gods. If thou doubtest these words, turn thine eye only to the ruin of Soulforge, where the Builder himself smote down the workings of the heretic Karis and his wicked crafts. Guess we should let the Hammers know that we did that, and that they deserve it. We deserve a portion of those tithes. That is the side entrance to the cathedral. We stepped out of there, heard these two talking about Inspector Drept. That crate is where we took the box from to mantle up that one support pillar. There's a guard on the other side of this door who heard this door open. He's also got a purse on his belt. I think we'll try for it, but I want to wait until that guard goes back, turns, and begins moving, and then we'll try for it.
My blessings aid thee.
Who hast made that noise? Didst I hear aright? Did I lose? Nay, must be a thief. Ah, 'tis naught but peace.
Misjudged where that arrow was going to go entirely. We can pretend that Garrett recognizes this as well. His time spent around mechanist devices might have given some insight. This is the stamping machine. Well, we don't know how to use it quite yet. We can pretend that Garrett does recognize it.
Thou, walking corpse, fall!
An incinerator. This is going to make a lot of noise. We're not going to want him here. That's our second blackjack, by the way, everyone. I'm going to try to keep it to 3. I'm sorry, 3 or under, but I will do my best to try to make it so that it's just 2. Brethren, be all of thee reminded, none may use the stamping machine save they are permitted by Chief Worker Roland. Shouldst thou have permission, thou mayst obtain an unstamped gear from the storage area, but be sure to place the object squarely in the center of the machine, and be wary the sparks and shards when the machine doth activate. They did a very good job on the undead in this game as well, didn't they? They look very gaunt, unnatural, thin. Charnel furnace. They burn corpses there. Refuse. Brother Roland, praise be thou and high... Oh, we've read this already. Okay, so this tells us about who has a holy symbol and where the gear can be created. Anything on the other side of this door. I'm guessing Drept is out. Or we'll find him on the other side and he won't be too happy to see us. Inspector Drept's notes. Mine investigation in truth continues apace into years long gone. More deaths have I learned of that fit the pattern. The city guards cared not for beyond the tips of their noses, so no connection did as they see. In a death 30 years past, the skin of the victim was destroyed or removed. Another case 'twas 6 years later, and the report says only that the body was mutilated, though it does note a bent and aged woman was seen nearby. I can imagine, if you're looking for some pattern, if in people being murdered or killed, or deaths, mysterious or otherwise, and it's not logged in the same way, that would be very frustrating. Journal of Inspector Drept. 'Tis another winter gone by, and I have found not more of the hag. Could it have been mine imagination? 'Twas so long ago, my memory is dim. Could the hag have been but a figment? No, I cannot doubt these beliefs, for none but me follow them. Laurel, mine dear friend, was killed, and so many others have been in the years since, and if I do not seek justice, then there shall be none. The crimes I pursue, surely they are more than children's rhymes and rumors. I will not turn aside. I can't take that gold in his chest, on the off chance it will help him locate his friend's killer. Garrett's probably a little more sentimental about these things, with him himself having given in to some emotions at the end of Thief 2. Compendium of Precepts, Regimens of Rules of Conduct, Volume 112. The chisel is but naught, save thou hast a hammer. The hammer is but naught, save thou stretch forth thine arm. The arm is but naught, save for thy will to serve the builder. If the builder takes thy coin, dost thou renounce his work to beg on the street? If the builder crushes the walls that guard thee, dost thou flee to sleep in the rain? If the builder slays thine offspring, dost thou slay thyself? Guard not that which thou hast made for thyself, more than the faith that burns in thy heart. Oil flasks. You can throw these onto the floor, and when people walk over them, they will slip. If put near stairs, they will fall down the stairs and die, so be a little careful where you decide to use them. You can also, I believe, set them on fire. Just normal broadheads.
Mine ears verily do hear something.
Hello? Something moves over there?
Still need to figure out where the chalice is. But since this gentleman won't be too hard to sneak past, we'll start with him.
Of the forge, what with the chalice hammer of the god?
That's where we need to access. The chalice should be kept suspended, away from the sullied earth, and in greater safety. May it be lowered only by permission.
Builder, lead me against the dark towards the light. Fire of the forge, what with the chalice hammer of the god?
Hello? Be well.
That's good to know. There's a guard on the other side of these doors. We don't want to leave that way, then.
The chalice. That's probably too much to hope for that no one misses it.
With God and finery, do mock the builder who maketh their forms.
We'll wait here till we hear that gentleman speak, and then leave the room. We're going to want to go back up the staircase we had come down into the factory from. It leads right to a window back outside where we first entered as well.
Towards the light, fire of the forge, what with the chalice hammer of the god?
nothing in that shadow? I have let myself jump at naught.
Wait here until that guard passes by again. Then we'll move down the passage he just went down.
Wilt thou comest when he calls? Wilt thou answereth when he requires it? Wilt thou go and set all aside, that thou might take up his tools?
Quick save, everyone. We're at the end of the mission.
Builder, lead me against the dark towards the light. Fire of the forge, water of the chalice, hammer of the god.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll end here.
Now that I have the chalice, I'm one step closer to the books in the Keeper library. Those prophecies had better be worth the trouble. My little raid isn't going to endear me to the hammers.
No, it's not, Garrett. And they know it's you, because you got seen in the last episode. It wouldn't be a thief, apparently, video from me in one of my playlists, or not, if I hadn't been detected in a mission. How'd we do? 2,475 loot out of 2,850. That is fantastic. Caught one time, knocked out 2 people. Very good. The stealthy kill is the rat that we killed. We did not kill a hammerite. Right? We didn't. No, we did not. I don't know why it counts rats sometimes as a... Wait, unless was this... Maybe this was the zombie that ended up dying instead. I killed no one, just a heads up, I killed no one when I did replay through the parts when the game had crashed last episode. Just a heads up. I didn't kill anyone, I swear. Bonus killed 0. Right there, see? We didn't kill anyone, but someone died. Oh no, I'm sorry, no, this is 12 for the game. Okay. Well, I still didn't kill anybody. Yeah, we haven't... No, we did! We destroyed a treant. That's what you destroyed, Tim. That's what this is telling you. Okay, okay. I wish this had indicated what actually was killed. I guess I'm asking a little much for 2004, so when this game was last out. Okay, let's get back to the hub now and do at least a little bit of exploring there before we wrap up this episode. Okay, well, Fraps died when it loaded this. But thankfully, the game did not. Alright, everyone. Hello. We are back in Garrett's abode again. Let's take stock of our supplies, and then as usual, we'll head on out to the city, do a little bit of fencing, a little bit of purchasing, and then see what we need to do. Actually, I guess we should do that first. What's our goal? Deliver the chalice and pall to Artemis in Terrace's courtyard in Stone Market Plaza. I like to imagine that Garrett has had these candles in each of these different light sources for the past year. He lights them briefly to make sure they still work, and then puts them out a little later. Or perhaps the next lock we buy, we can just go ahead and leave all the lights on and say that he actually splurged a bit and paid for new candles. All the stuff we've taken earlier will no longer, obviously, as you can see, be replenished here. Should we... Oh, you know what just occurred? No. We can't walk out with this, for example, for the one poor guy. I don't think we can. Maybe we'll try that. We'll see if we can leave with this bottle of wine and drop it off in the one gentleman's apartment who was complaining about us bringing it to his house, and then just wishing he had some wine or a bottle of some booze or something delivered. I don't know what the guard will say if he sees us carrying this, though. Hopefully he just knows it's our bottle of booze. And I don't know if we can make the zone transition with it. But let's find out together. I am recording, right? Yes, I am. Okay. Okay, we don't get to keep the bottle with us. That's a shame. I did not put out the fireplace in our apartment this time. I guess... well, it'll just burn. I don't want to walk back inside. Nothing inside. What I'm assuming is probably a guard post of some sort. I'm not allowed to take either of those bottles. Okay, so let's get over to Black Alley, as usual, to begin, and visit Heartless Perry. We'll fence some of the coins we picked up, and any of the cutlery and what have you we also grabbed. We'll have quite a few silver candlesticks, I think, to drop off to him. Evening. I am very impressed with how beautiful the game looks to me, despite being created almost 20 years ago now. Can you believe it? It's almost impossible for me to come to terms that this game is so old. Ooh, there's several guards patrolling down here today. Quite a few people patrolling the streets as well. Or not patrolling, but out for an evening walk. I like to read about what transpired here, which we'll do so after this guard turns around.
Evening.
That's interesting. The tattoos on that guy's head makes me think he's a pagan.
Afternoons at the practice yard, and
Nothing happened in South Quarter.
get it.
Sounds like there's a guard inside the guard post there this time, too. Alright, Heartless Parry first. That will show me how much cash we have left over to spend before going to Black Market Bertha's. Which I guess we shouldn't do right away.
I'll do.
Good, sir. Good evening. Terrace's courtyard is in the Stone Market area before Black Market Bertha's. But we will want to visit that area to sell some more goods to her. But in particular, I want to read about what happened last night in that area.
What's the word on the street? I need some good news for a change, Garrett.
There's news on the street is that there's a lot of coins and purses.
Someone's been a busy thief. That's for sure.
I don't know why some silver coins are different. Maybe there's a different symbol on them.
In case you don't remember, I don't deal in that flowery frou-frou stuff. Nah, if you want to unload artwork, you should try the fence down in the docks. Her name's Dahlia. How's that for flowery? Yep, she'll take any of that artsy stuff off your hands.
Okay.
That Lady Elizabeth was in here again. No goons this time. But she said to give you a message. Says you won the bit with the opal, but that she ain't done with you yet. Won't be. Not until you're dead. Well, that was the gist anyway. Guess I should have written it down.
We can probably afford a few more water arrows, so let's purchase probably 3 more from the well-equipped thief.
Take your time, look around. Here at the Well-Equipped Thief, we pride ourselves on stocking everything a person like yourself might need.
Guess the quarantine has been lifted, or he's found a way to circumvent it somewhat. He's selling
Are
more
we looking
equipment
for
now.
anything special tonight, sir?
We'll purchase some more stuff from someone different. I think we'll be able to visit Dahlia this evening. Actually, we'll also be able to visit the Undercurrent, if I remember the name of the dockside shop near her as well. I think the gentleman's hopefully finally finalized his idea for the name of the place. When we had talked with him last time, some 8 years ago, he was still thinking about the name.
Quiet night.
Evening.
Huh? Nothing. Yes, it was just...
I think the difficulty we have chosen so far has been good, with the exception of the chaos that happened last night. It's probably going to be similar later on in the game when the Hammerites and Pagans begin patrolling streets. They will be fighting each other. We are here for that gas arrow. We definitely want to grab them. I thought I saw a guard down this passage, but I might have been mistaken. I'll wait here just about another 15 seconds or so. Okay, looks like it's clear. Alright, everyone. While we're here, let's see what transpired in this section of the city before we get over to Terrace's courtyard. Tavern closed after dark. That is not a summary.
You with the hood, out of the way.
Can't remember if there was any water arrows down here. It looks like there is not. Nothing on that torch either. A bit dangerous to walk out in the street there, but I didn't see the guard, and there it is.
How was your day? Oh, shut it, will ya?
I guess those brothers aren't so interested in talking with each other. They probably talk to each other all the time. Oh, there are 2 moss arrows in this area. I keep thinking that one is located near the guard. Everyone, we're about to hit Terrace's courtyard, so that the audio for Artemis may be very loud if there is a cutscene here. I guess we'll find out together.
You've returned with the artifacts, Garrett. Excellent. Follow me.
Oh, that's good to know. The guard has been removed, at least temporarily, from this area.
The council will not listen. Corruption. It's more pervasive than even I expected. Who can I trust? No. For this, there is no one. I must walk alone.
Alright, guys. Let's say hello to the keepers.
The repetition of these 3 glyphs, here and here, now is the Termanus Embolian.
The time's unwritten, the
Merbanus
end of
Diem.
words.
And here, again the mark of the Fratelli
Brethren and
Traderus.
betrayer.
Yes, warnings, terrible, unvesagens
My hand falls
affalere,
useless to my
Ecardum
side,
portanimus
doubly cursed in
potentium.
living death.
The prophecies are clear. There is much ahead to be wary of. Interpreter Kataka, your words are most useful to...
Clear as mud. Exactly what will happen, and what are we supposed to do about it? I'm still waiting to see a useful book.
We must first understand the unwritten times, if we are to prevent them.
First Keeper Orland demands immediate audience.
You've moved up in the world, Orland. Nice view.
Yes, I have. It's First Keeper Orland now, Garrett. Within these walls, you answer to me.
You called me here to remind me you're in charge? The job must not keep you very busy.
You inquired about books. Useful books.
That's right. You must have something in here worth reading.
You think you might shape events more skillfully? Read the signs more clearly? The prophecies...
Shape events? Interesting way to put it. I'm here now. Do you want my help or not?
Very well. This will admit you to certain areas of the library. Do not venture further. You will not ply your trade here, thief. If anything happens, you will be held accountable. Is this clear?
Perfectly. Perhaps you should translate for Katika.
Hello? Oh, okay.
This is Orland's office. He is busy and has nothing more to say to you for now.
Thank you, fellow keeper.
Orland has instructed Elder Isolde to give you the door glyph. You will need it to exit this library.
All right. Let's see what that piece of paper gives.
I don't think the reports from the Thariv expedition were ever filed,
Elder Granger?
But then,
On which
why
quest?
would Elder
The
Montrose say
reacquisition of
they
the
were?
Compendium of Reproach or of its Glyph key?
Either. We will need both items in our hands if we wish to make any headway into our research concerning the coming Dark Age.
There would be considerably more progress if the teams were allowed to consult with Interpreter Katika.
Impossible. She seeks the Brethren and Betrayer, and her work must not be interrupted.
Then the answer to your previous question is no.
What will it take to find them, then, do you think? The Council would like time to prepare for the prophecies that are contained within the Compendium.
They have both been missing for so long, but I am sure with all of us continuing to scour the library and the compound for passages that refer to them, we'll have the precise answer within a reasonable time period. Meanwhile, just in case, I have scribes searching for any book matching its physical description. A large golden slab, sealed with a glyph.
So, the Keepers are hoping to solve the Dark Age problem by finding this Compendium and Glyph key. I'm pretty good at acquiring lost objects. Maybe I can help.
All right. Our new objective: find the Compendium of Reproach and the Glyph key required to open it. Notice from the Council regarding the impending Dark Age. Since it is of utmost importance that Interpreter Katika continue her quest to uncover the identity of the Brethren and Betrayer, she should not be interrupted for any reason. Also, several elders have been tasked with other urgent endeavors, including the search for the missing Compendium of Reproach and the Glyph key that unlocks it. The Compendium, a large golden slab, sealed with a glyph, may contain prophecies pertinent to the Dark Age problem, and has been missing for well over a decade. It is useless without its glyph key, which we believe have gone missing around the same time. If you have been assigned to one of the quest groups, an elder will contact you. I guess the Dark Age and the Unwritten Times are the same.
Every day.
Artemis?
Garrett, I have troubling news. The Hammerites and the Pagans have discovered it was you who stole their artifacts. Both factions are very angry. However, they are willing to overlook your recent crimes if you are willing to aid them by performing specific tasks. Until then, beware, for they will attack you on sight. A Hammerite named Inspector Drept wrote this missive for me to deliver to you. I contacted a pagan shaman named Diane, and she agreed to post a similar note for you on the outskirts of the pagan territory in the docks. I have done what I can to aid you.
Good evening.
Farewell, and good luck. Good evening.
Thank you, Artemis.
Great. The Hammers and Pagans are mad at me because of jobs I did for the Keepers. I better find out what they want and then decide whether or not I want to bother trying to improve their opinion of me.
Garrett, the prescribed penalty for your crimes against us is death. However, I hath convinced the Hammerite clergy to grant thee lenience, provided thou first perform enough of the following acts of atonement. First, the rust mites are large, gold-colored bugs that feed upon metal and undo our works. We hereby grant thee the Builder's blessing to destroy them with your arrows. Secondly, thou canst smite the undead, for they are most abhorrent to us. For each of these tasks thou accomplish, your standing with the Hammer Order will increase a small amount. Whereas stealing from us or attacking any Hammerite will assuredly decrease your standing. The choice is thine. At present, any Hammerite will attack thee on sight if they find you on city streets. If thou increase thy standing with us sufficiently, we will allow thee to pass unharmed. Do us many of these favors, and thou wilt be considered an ally, and allowed into Fort Ironwood in Old Quarter. Lastly, 'tis my custom to ask everyone with whom I speak if they have seen a sort of hag or heard rumors of an old gray lady near the scene of a gruesome crime. If so, 'twould be a great favor to me to tell what you know. 'Tis my life's ambition to find the hag, but my misfortune to always be 10 steps behind her. My workshop is located in Audale, near the pub. Builder save thee. Inspector Drept. The Hammer Priests have blessed your bow with the ability to destroy rust mites. Shoot them with broadhead arrows. I will
not use them, just in case. I will rely on my training alone. I hope that will be enough.
Detonate when destroyed as a heads up and make quite a bit of noise, which is a good way to draw the guards to you. But since we have so many broadhead arrows, I can't see why we wouldn't be interested in using them to solve that problem. Scribe. When you are completely done with your other tasks, go to the Forbidden Library and retrieve for me the map of the Keeper compound. I left it on the 2nd floor. Elder Draco. I forgot all about that mission. That noise that you hear is a glyph. One in particular that, when we learn how to interact with it, will reveal a secret passage similar to how Artemis revealed one for us to access the Keeper compound. Some notes, by the way, about the Keeper compound. If anyone notices any loot missing, they may become suspicious that we were the ones doing it. We are not allowed in certain areas either, or we will be immediately, shall we say, apprehended. It will result in a game over, so we need to remember these things as we're venturing here. The trouble started when I asked permission to leave the library in order to visit the compound and begin research for a new paper, a treatise on us, the Keepers, our history and founding principles. To my knowledge, no such book has been written yet, and it seemed a worthy endeavor. My proposal was well thought out and included chapters on balance and the powers of glyphs. However, permission to visit the compound was not granted me. In fact, my request was met with surprise and outright suspicion. Surely my idea was a good one, and I would be thorough in my research and truthful in my conclusions. But saying so only seemed to trouble the elders further. Then today, my duties were reduced. Could it be related to my request? And if so, why? I'm afraid to press these questions further. Besides, who would I ask? Skeletons in the well-concealed closets in this keeper compound, apparently.
May your knowledge increase.
May your glyphs aid you. Hello, Garrett. Orland informs me that you are to receive the Keeper Door glyph. You must perform the scribe ritual to do so. Place your hands into the indentations on the plaque behind me. That is all.
To all acolytes and scribes, it has come to my attention that some of you have not yet undergone the Acolyte Ritual, and that there have been unsubstantiated rumors about the safety of such practices. The Acolyte Ritual is a simple keeper indoctrination. It is completely safe, and is mandatory for all scribes. After the ritual, you will be able to see and use the Keeper Door glyph. The importance of acquiring this glyph cannot be stressed enough. Without it, a keeper would be unable to see or open the myriad secret glyph doors that have been placed throughout the city. To mask our presence, bypass city gates, store supplies, and aid our maneuverability. The current citywide quarantine is a perfect example of the importance of the Keeper Door glyph, as with it we can easily pass between South Quarter and docks using our secret door near the gate. If you have any questions, an elder can assist you. First Keeper Orland. This glyph will allow you to see and open keeper doors. Look for this glyph on a wall, then use it, and a door will appear.
Very well, Garrett. You now have all the powers of an acolyte. You are able to see and open keeper doors. Look for the glyph. Keeper Artemis also wishes to see you, I believe. Farewell.
We already saw him. Thank you.
Greetings, Keeper.
This way leads to the Forbidden Libraries. I could sneak my way in, but I can't let any keepers catch me in there.
Not today, then. I'm gonna want a few more supplies first. Oh, by the way, I also do not think you are allowed to knock blackjack any keeper in the compound, or knock them out with gas arrows. At least not here, or in the secret library.
It's a long time coming to access the secondary stacks. Very slow. What could possibly justify such a delay?
They will immediately assume it was you, and they would be right. Two elders, regarding Interpreter Katika, from First Keeper Orland. Many have expressed frustration that the process of interpreting the glyphs regarding the Dark Age and the Brethren and Betrayer is taking too long. But be assured, Interpreter Katika is consulting the books with as much as her health allows. It should be said that the constant exposure to the books and the physical act of reading the glyphs has been a terrible strain on her. You will recall that Katika is one of the younger interpreters we have had, but already she has spoken of a successor due to the marked aging effect of the readings. For now, Katika continues to have readings every day, and believes she is close to important truths. For further concerns, please see me. That would explain why the little girl who translates for Katika's translations
Go with care.
is there. She's probably learning from Katika. There was one other group that have a dialogue we have not heard yet. As well as a note here we missed. Artemis. The passage I scribed below is all I could find on the subject you requested. Keeper Belios said there were other books, but we could not find them. Perhaps someone else is making similar inquiries. Balance. Keeper Austeria. Sentience. Sentience. Also known as artifacts, soul stones, or relics. A grouping of 5 objects possessing special powers and what is thought to be a consciousness normally only associated with living entities. Presumably created as part of an ancient safeguard against the forces of evil. Examples include the heart and the chalice, also called the Builder's Cup by the Hammerites. Efforts to confine all of the sentients to one place for study have failed. How and when they came into existence is not known. Recommend further study. Talia, I want to run this by you before I bring it to an elder. You know how we searched for the Compendium of Reproach in our efforts regarding the Dark Age? Well, I recently scribed a passage in which the Compendium was mentioned. It said it will be born by a terrible storm. Then later we heard that report about the ghost ship and all those undead. Completely unrelated to our work, right? Or is it? Because the name of that ship is the Abysmal Gale. Do you see? Abysmal Gale. Terrible storm. They mean the same. Imagine if it were my own efforts that led to the recovery of the Compendium. Tell me if you think I've got something here. Your friend, Scribe Elson.
At least Keeper Thorensen thought my penmanship was good. I think he actually said impeccable. That's something anyway.
I thought those two were supposed to have a conversation about that exact message that we just read. But I guess not. Well, I don't think we've missed any other further scriptures, notes, or books to read at the moment. So, let us leave. Oh, there is an arrow here. It's just hidden around the corner. Interesting. Alright, everyone. Let's go ahead and visit Black Market Bertha. Hammerites. 2 of them. Remember that we are wanted by the Hammerites now. Let's start working on that reputation.
"'Tis no sin, Brother Griswold."
No sin, but 'tis not the builders. Dost thou hear that? That noise?
Have I lost them?
They're reacting to the detonated beetle. And unfortunately, we won't get to hear what they talked about. We're going to want to destroy that beetle too. Let's do that and then run up to the left. We can see what our faction status is now here. And you can see that the pagans are still hostile with us, as are the pagans. The pagans are a bit more tricky to get their reputation up than the hammers are. More expensive, but still worth doing for both of them. And you can be allied with both, by the way, at the same time. That feels a bit weird to me. If I was doing the game, I would make it so that improving the status with one would lower the status with the other. Who would have guessed moving slowly and forward and not stopping would be enough protection to save the pockets from being picked. Some flour, foodstuffs, and nothing else from what I can tell is in here. Hello. Actually, there are some coins here that I'm not allowed to highlight. Okay. The guard up there.
Evening, officer.
Heard me drop the bottle down here. I want to go that way, so let's wait until the guard passes us, and then we'll do so. We'll wrap up the session after we finish things by Black Market Berthas. Hope that a third beetle is all that's required to get us to neutral status with the hammers. That would be very beneficial. And there is our next, hopefully, well, not last, but the last beetle we need to get us into neutral. Once again, destroying it will sound the alarm for everyone around here. Hopefully we can get away with this. Okay, perfect. The Hammerites should not care about me any longer.
I don't know, Garrett. Something about you and that hood.
I like hearing that, Miss Bertha. I like hearing that a lot. Let's see. What are we keeping as the special loot from the hammers? We'll keep the Cat of Nine Tails, at least at this moment.
Oh, this is a fine take. You're some thief, Garrett.
Okay, that should be good for black market, Bertha. We'll try bringing the rest of this over to Dahlia's, because I think we're going to be seeing her this evening.
Hello, handsome.
I'm glad to see she survived the terrors of last evening.
Say, Garrett, you got a sec? Could you sign something for a friend of mine? Sort of an autograph kind of thing? Her name's Marla, too, just by coincidence. Anyway, she's just wild about me actually knowing you, but you're busy right now, I see.
Alright, since we are neutral with the hammers, we can probably look at the note that's out here. Now, we can let ourselves be seen. And there's the payment for the Oran Cross dagger. The following criminal incidents occurred last evening in the vicinity of Stone Market. 0 citizens were murdered. 1 citizens were rendered unconscious by a blow to the head. 0 items of valuable property were reported stolen. 8 locks were unlawfully picked open. Well, the above is a true and complete record of events. All residents are encouraged to report suspected incidents of crime to the nearest City Watch Authority. That's not at all what I remember happening. I remember chaos happening on these streets last evening with at least like 6 murdered people. I mean, I guess pics or it didn't happen, but that's just not right, man.
Not a bad-looking fella.
Okay. We're gonna...
I saw something.
We're gonna do the running.
Well, guess it was nothing.
Actually, maybe we don't do the running past this guy.
Did I just see?
We might be able to get behind him. And into the building he's standing in front of. God bless you. Opening this door will make noise and the guard may investigate.
What? I ain't doing nothing. You can't pin anything on me.
Did I just... Nothing. Probably.
A ruby and some gold. Helmets behind the counter. Interesting.
Was that a noise?
One of them opened the door, and now they're commenting about it. Work voucher for Miss Eloise Redding. Repair chip in large ruby, removed from brute for repair work. To be picked up on Tuesday. Signed Vincent Crowley, stonecutter. Thursday. I think I got it all figured out. Cut up the big stone as planned and deliver the package to Milton and Craig. When they look inside, they'll see a bunch of gems and assume they're all there, never guessing I took some. And why not? Their plan doesn't work without a decent stonecutter, and they won't go to the City Watch because they're the crooks who stole it in the first place. Oh, man. Friday. Delivered the package. Seemed to go well. Milton was a little tense, but I reckon that's not unusual for a hoodlum. Guess I pulled it off. Saturday. Couldn't sleep last night. What if they look more closely at their share and then come back for me? I'll hide the gems I took until I'm sure I fooled them. No one will look in Terrace's courtyard, will they? I'll stash them at the base of that gargoyle statue, around the back where they can't be easily seen. Now know where he's stashed another gem of some sort, at least one. I'm gonna let this guy keep some of his loot. We don't need it. And it sounds like he's on the right path, as it were.
Well, now, we're here, in your shop. So, where are the stones, eh, Crawley?
They're, oh my. You know, I guess they're not here after all?
Must have slipped your mind. Where'd you put them, I mean?
Yes, that's it. It slipped my mind.
Too bad for you. 'Cause unless you got some friends hiding in here, now we gotta kill you.
No. Suddenly, I remember now. I'll take you there.
Too late, Crowley. We gave you your chance. If word got...
Well, that was both gas bombs used to save this gentleman's life, but he is alive. They will kill him if you do not intercede. Let's finish exploring a little more on this other side. But we're gonna have to get these guys out of the doorway when I open it. Ah, the key to this building, I suspect. Useful to have.
The doctor, like you told me. And? He said I got this here puncture wound, as he calls it, due to bad humors trapped in my guts. Quiet. Do you hear anything? Oh, there's something going on over here.
That's a shame. We missed their dialogue. Because I shut a door. I think we saved that gentleman's life yesterday too, right? By knocking him on the back. Then he had the temperament to report it to the police. And it turns out it was the only vicious crime that was actually reported. Two guards should have vanished now, by the way, everyone.
Thought I heard.
Oh, they did not. Interesting.
A noise. Going around, I am trying to hear.
Guess even I can be wrong sometimes. Not a lot, but sometimes.
I don't think there's any reason for us to stay here. I was originally going to move the bodies into that little building, but with the spawning of these two guards, that will be impossible without being detected. So they can stay out there and talk. Maybe we can also... No, we'll stick to this path. Alright guys, when we make it back out in front of the Hammerite Church, we'll call it a session. When we pick back up, we'll worm our way back to the docks. We'll swing past Terrace's courtyard as well for those gems.
I got a clear conscience. They went hungry because they spent their money on shoes and other needless items.
I agree. Who needs shoes? Sandals are fine. The strips of cloth probably work out too. Alright everyone, we're gonna stop here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care everyone.